What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. Hey guys, today's LEGO video is going to be something different but really fun. We're taking a look at variant editions of LEGO comic books. Now let me explain what that is. These are actual real Marvel comic books. You know, if you open them up, there's an actual Marvel story in there, but they're variants that have LEGO covers. So artists will sometimes do these variant covers. You can see down here it says variant edition, and what that means is it's the same comic book inside, but it just has a different cover. They've actually done quite a few of these for LEGO Marvel over the years, so in today's video, I wanted to make a historical document of all the ones they've done to date so far. If you like LEGO content like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the section below, and let's go ahead and dive into the history of all the LEGO Marvel variant comics. So the first issue that I could find was released September 11th, 2013, and that's this X-Men #5 comic, which of course is a play on that iconic Wolverine cover from, I believe, the 80s, early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, this cover looks awesome, and this is one I feel like would really make great wall art, like I mentioned earlier. Then Mighty Avengers #1 is kind of interesting because, like, Spider-Man and Doc Ock are on the cover of an Avengers comic. This does happen from time to time where you see, like, a different hero on the cover of somebody else's comic, but this one feels a little weird. Speaking of that, Spider-Man on the cover of a Daredevil comic is like, why even? Like, I know that Daredevil isn't even a, LEGO character yet, but I just don't understand why this happened. Anyways, this came out September 18th, 2013, so we are moving on. Same day, this Infinity comic came out, which has Wolverine on it, and I love that if you look in his claws, you can see the reflection of the Hulk. That's just such a cool little attention to detail, and I really love it. It's also maybe a little violent, telling you that these two are gonna, because their fights are never safe. Another wave of comics dropped again in September 25th, 2013, so as you could tell, pretty much all of these came out in the same month, but this one was Nova #8 with a really cool LEGO Nova cover. You know, he only came in one set back in 2013, so I think that this is pretty cool that he got a lot of love in 1 year from LEGO. Here we have Uncanny Avengers, which is a cool cover. You get, Captain America, you get Wolverine, and this really weird version of Black Widow. Up to this point, pretty much all the characters that have been on the front cover of a LEGO variant so far have actually existed as a LEGO figure, but this Black Widow we haven't gotten yet. Maybe someday, but this design is kind of old and not super popular for Black Widow, so I really can't see LEGO revisiting it anytime soon to make this an official minifig. To that point, we also have Wolverine and the X-Men here, which has Wolverine on the cover, and, the pieces here are pretty familiar, but this piece never came with the blue helmet. It was only, like, black and brown for the more classic Wolverine look. Speaking of classic, this awesome cover with Magneto looks great. This is one I would really love to have for some wall art. I just think it looks so awesome, and who doesn't love Magneto, right? After that, we have another Avengers cover, and if you want the whole team, I actually think this is probably your best option. This is Marvel Universe Avengers Assemble #1, which is loosely based off the cartoon, but you get some really great character designs here. This one, I think, is actually pretty lame. It's just Iron Man, the background suits don't look that good. It's just whatever. Now, bouncing back, this has to be quite possibly my favorite cover of them all. This, of course, is a take on the old Captain America classic cover, and it just looks great in LEGO form. I love this one. I have to get this one. And now we're kind of back to the mediocrity. This is fine. I'm sure that Loki fans would really dig this, but I don't know. He's just kind of sitting there brooding. It's not that exciting, if you ask me. Now, that said, this Thor cover here on this Avengers 21 looks great, especially if you're a Thor fan. It's kind of weird, though, because we haven't gotten that helmet in LEGO style, so obviously the artist took some liberty. Now, this is one for Doctor Doom fans. I mean, this just looks so awesome. I really love how they can make these LEGO figures look so epic, too. Like, this almost looks like a, screenshot from the video game or something. I love this. And this one sucks. It seems like we're going back and forth. Like, we get a really good one, a really bad one. The proportions are off. This isn't an actual LEGO Iron Man figure. It's just weird to me. In this one, in my opinion, is the last of the bad ones. I mean, the proportions are off. Iron Man's back looks so weird. I mean, This one literally just looks terrible, but this one looks amazing. Superior Spider-Man, obviously taking a spin on the first appearance Spider-Man comic, which is just incredible. I really, really love this one. The Hulk one is cool too, kind of a classic look, or, a recognizable Hulk look, if you will. I really love this cover, and this would make a great poster. Like, this is one of those ones I was talking about. Here we have an Iron Man comic. I mean, I don't love or hate this one. It just feels kind of weird to me. I don't know why it says Iron Man 100 when it's Iron Man number 17. I don't get it. This one, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to like. This is Secret Avengers 10 with Deadpool on the cover. I just think it's cool to finally get Deadpool in one of these. I think it is a really great cover. And this is, we saw this one earlier, the Hawkeye. I love this one. Obviously, this is one of the first ones I rushed to buy, so I really, really love this one. And this is just a classic cover made into Lego form. Speaking of classics, Rocket Raccoon #1 got a Stan Lee cover. Why Rocket Raccoon of all comics, I couldn't tell you. Stan Lee really had nothing to do with Rocket Raccoon, but it is a cool cover nonetheless. While I was doing research, I found both of these covers. Now, these were never actually made as physical comic books. These were both made for the Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 Twitter account. And I guess these were tweeted out right around the time the game came out as promotional images, so while they don't technically count as comic book variants, because this is such a niche video, I felt like I should include them anyways. They both look great. It's kind of interesting that they used the MCU Black Panther on the cover there, but anyways, you can see that we do get some characters that we haven't gotten in actual Lego form yet, so it's just kind of cool to see those. It's honestly kind of crazy that after a big time gap, we actually got not one but two more variant covers last month, December 2020. So here you can see this is based off of the Marvel sets that we got in 2020. And of course, this is a one-shot, so it just means it's a one-off comic or whatever, but it's actually about Lego figures. Then we got one more variant of the Amazing Spider-Man, which is based off of the Venomosaurus set, which is pretty cool. To get a comic cover based off of a Lego set, that is really, really awesome in my book. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please hit like and subscribe down below. It does help my channel continue to grow so I can make content like this for you. Be sure to drop a comment and let me know which of these covers is your favorite and if you have ever seen any of these before. Also, I'm toying around with doing a DC version too. I got this comic as well, and there are DC ones, but I'm just not sure what the demand is, so drop a comment and let me know. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.